I was 9, okay? I don't write like this anymore, I swear. Slither saves family from sausages. Once upon a time, there was a python named Slither. Slither was the hero of the rainforest. He lived with his wife, Summer. They loved circling rocks and making leaf hats. One day, a cook wanted snake sausages. The cook wanted Summer because she was rare to be purple. The cook chased Summer until she got lost. "Summer!" cried Slither, but there was no answer. In fact, Summer was miles away, but Slither kept searching. Suddenly, Slither ran into the cook, but didn't notice. Slither was climbing a rock, but then the cook stopped him. "Not so fast," said the cook. "Where is the purple snake?" "I don't know, but even if I did know, I would not tell you," said Slither. The cook said that if he didn't know where Summer was, then Slither would help him find her. "No," said Slither. Then Slither slid away as fast as he could until the cook could not catch up. Then Slither called for Summer one last time, and Summer rushed over. "Slither, I'm so glad I found you," said Summer. "Without you, I would be sausages." Then they started going home. Just then, the cook found Summer and Slither and caught them both. When they got to the kitchen, the cook trapped Slither and tied up Summer on the tray. The cook took out his knife. Slither could not look. Then Slither remembered that snakes are flexible. He quietly slithered out of the trap. Before the cook could cut Summer open, Slither jumped and fought against the cook. The cook then gave up. Then Slither noticed that Summer wasn't moving and her tail was cut off. So Slither called the vet to come help. The vets put her tail back together and she was moving again. Then they continued to circle rocks and make leaf hats. And they lived happily ever after. The end. Slither saves family from the angry crocodilian. Once upon a time, there was 2 pythons named Slither and Summer. One day, they decided to go outside. As soon as they stepped out of under their rock, they saw the largest gavial they had ever seen. They didn't notice that gavial was the leader of the group. They just started walking away from it. The gavial was attracted to bright, pretty colors. As soon as he saw Summer, he showed his teeth and ran over. Slither tried to keep his mouth shut, but he was too strong. Then, Summer and Slither just went back to the rock. Then, the day after, the whole group of gavials came. Slither didn't notice until they came outside. When they stepped out, one of the gavials was blocking the door, so they couldn't go back inside. Then, the leader came and hit Summer in the eye. Summer was blind, but only in one eye. Then, they found an escape tunnel for home. Then, when the gavials were gone, Slither went to find help. He went to a python named Lick. Slither asked him to be Summer's babysitter. He said yes. When they got back to the house, Slither said, "If anything happens, yell." Slither had a plan. He planned to get rid of the leader, so the others will not know what to do. Before he got there, all the gavials went out to capture Summer one last time. Then, Slither started fighting against him. Finally, he threw the leader into the air. Then he heard Summer yell, "Help!" He rushed over, but Summer was gone. Then he rushed back to the leader, and he was back. He also had Summer. Slither then made the leader give up and leave the group. And they found another home. And Slither then continued to take care of Summer. The end. Slither saves family from the landslide. Once upon a time, there were 2 pythons named Slither and Summer. Slither was blue and Summer was purple. They had a yellow babysitter named Lick because Summer in one eye was blind. One day, Summer laid an egg while everybody else was asleep. She woke everybody up to see. The egg was all the family colors: blue, purple, and yellow. Then, Lick and Summer watched the egg while Slither went to search for danger. He almost got buried by a starting landslide. Then he went back to tell the others, "A landslide is coming. We have to move, but we have time for the egg to hatch," said Slither. Summer wanted to see. So Lick watched the egg while Slither and Summer watched from a distance. When they got back, Lick said he saw the egg move. Then they all went to sleep. In the morning, the egg hatched. He was the same colors as the egg. Slither and Summer named him Thunder. They trained him to do many skills. Then, a week later, they remembered the landslide, but where it was. They decided to go forward. They saw a bunch of mountains. Then, a piece of the mountain fell on Thunder. The others couldn't find him, so they split up to search for him. Then they all got buried. They all pushed out and then went to search for Thunder. Then, with a lot of work, he pushed out. Then they walked away from the mountain and found a new home. Then their house got buried. The next day, their house was surrounded by pieces of mountain. They just had to run away. They ran until they got tired. Then they found shelter. They were in a safe place, far away from the landslide where Thunder, Slither, Summer, and Lick could be happy. The end. Slither saves family from tigers. Once upon a time, there was 4 pythons named Slither, Summer, Lick, and their little baby Thunder. One day, they woke up and went outside to hunt for breakfast. Thunder was walking along a rock, which was actually a tiger's den, and all of a sudden, a baby tiger jumped out and started pouncing on Thunder. All the noise the baby tiger made their parents come out. They cased the snakes until they were back to the rock. Then Slither went out by himself to hunt a bird. Then he came back to eat. After breakfast, the tigers found where the snakes lived and found a little opening. One by one, they started sticking their paws inside. When the snakes saw it, they ran out the emergency exit. When they kept going, they bumped into another python. "Who are you?" asked Slither. She said her name was Ivy. Summer was so pleased to see her. Ivy was Summer's best friend from before Slither and Summer met. Slither and Summer told her their story. Ivy said she would help. Then they found a warm rock to live in. Then they all went to bed. Then, in the middle of the night, the tiger snatched the snakes, all except Slither. Then roaring woke Slither up. He rushed over and scared the tigers away. Then they all finished their sleep. In the morning, the tigers decided to move away from the snakes that were bothering them while hunting. Then the snakes were happy once again. The end. Slither saves family from ocarinas. One day, Summer, Slither, Lick, Thunder, and Ivy decided to go outside. Then, a huge tarantula walked over Thunder. Thunder had no choice but to hang on to the ocarina's legs. Then, the others noticed and followed the spider. They ended out in the spider's home. Then, when the spider found Thunder, he opened up his jaws, but Slither zipped and snatched Thunder. Then, the spider chased them. Then they found a vine to climb up and be safe. But the vine was not a vine. It was a snake. That's it. I never continued it.